Welcome back to another episode of Rust and Grease Garage. Today, the Chevy Cruze is back, but this time it's for a coolant leak. It's been leaking coolant for a while now, and today we're finally digging in to figure out if it's a bad hose or a cracked radiator. So let's get into it. A couple of months ago, I made a video where I was helping my sister do her oil change, and at that time, I noticed she had a small coolant leak. Now, at first, I thought part of the plastic on the radiator itself was cracked, but I couldn't really tell exactly where the leak was coming from. Well, just a couple of weeks ago, when I was working on getting this transmission fixed, I was finally able to get a better look, and that's when I realized the leak is actually coming from right around where the upper radiator hose connects to the radiator. All right, I've got the Autel with the probe camera here. I'm going to stick this down, see if I can get a better look at the upper coolant hose and see where that leak's coming from. Here's the upper radiator hose going into the radiator. It looks fine on top. Here's the underside, and oh boy, you can see it dripping. I bet if I squeeze on the hose, oh, yep, there it is. Yep, I think we've got the source of the leak. All right, well, I was going to go on ahead and pressure test the system so that we could test for leaks, but obviously, I think we found the leak. I don't need to worry about that. So I'm going to go on ahead and get this car jacked up so we can get the coolant drained. All right, I've got the car jacked up, and now I'm going to take off this plastic undercoating stuff so we can access everything a little bit easier and get the coolant drained. Man, everything down here is covered in coolant. All right, I got the plastic undercoating is off. Now here at the spigot, I'm going to attach a hose to drain the coolant. This is a 5/16 hose. All right, I'm just going to turn this until it starts draining. All right, you can barely see it because of the angle, but right here is the hose clamp, and this is the upper radiator hose. To get that clamp off, I think it'll be easier if we take off the front bumper. So let's move down so we can start getting that off. All right, there's a sensor I'm going to disconnect here, and I'm going to take out this light as well. Okay. With the bumper pulled back, I'm going to see if I can thread my hose clamp pliers down through here and reach that clamp here by the headlight. All right, I'm going to use these extended hose clamp pliers. I'm going to feed it down through here by the headlight and see if I can reach that hose clamp. All right, we got the hose off, so I'm going to try and pull it up so we can get a better look at it. Let me take a look at. Yeah. I don't. I don't see that we have a hole in the hose. So let me go down and we'll take a look at the radiator. All right, to get a better look at the underside of that radiator inlet, I'm going to grab my inspection camera here. And just looking around here, I don't really see anything cracked or obviously damaged. It's a little hard to tell on this camera, but so far everything seems to be okay. I think I'm going to head back up to the top and take another look from above, see if I can spot anything I missed. So as far as I can tell, there aren't any cracks or anything on the radiator inlet, and the hose itself doesn't look damaged either, which honestly leaves me a little confused about what's actually causing it to leak right there. All right, I think I figured out what's going on with the leak. When I took a closer look at the hose clamp, I noticed it's actually bent. Instead of being perfectly round, it's kind of oval shaped, and this tab on top is bent upwards. If you compare it to a different clamp, this one is completely round, and the tabs, they aren't bent at all. Side by side, you can see just how bent that old clamp is. So this is almost definitely why it was leaking. The hose wasn't able to seal properly. On top of that, the original GM hose is made of a pretty thin rubber, while this new Gates hose is noticeably thicker. This new one is twice as thick. And since I already have it, I'm just going to go ahead and replace the hose with the new one. And of course, I'll replace that clamp too. To swap out the upper radiator hose, I'm going to disconnect the air intake from the throttle body and unplug the boost sensor here. I'll probably also pull off this coolant hose that runs to the turbo just to give myself a little bit more room. Take off the boost sensor there. Okay, now we got that off. And I'm going to go on ahead and put this protective sleeve over the hose. All right, before I get the hose installed, I'm just trying to get the hose clamps and everything onto the hose first, and then I'll get it into position. I left off the bottom clip for now. It's easier to access through the opening with the bumper removed. I'll slide that clamp onto the hose at the same time that I'm pushing the hose onto the inlet. All right, we got the new upper radiator hose all connected up. Everything else is connected back up. Before we put more coolant in, we do have the bumper reattached, but I'm going to go on ahead and get the under plastic garbage back up here and then get the car lowered down. And I think after that, we'll be ready to start adding fluid. All right, now we're going to get the coolant added. Seems like every time we drain the fluid, it takes about another gallon of fluid to fill it back up. All right, it's just about to the full line here. It's still burping a little bit. I'm actually going to go over that fill line because once we start the engine and run it, it's going to kind of drain down a little bit. So I'm going to add just a little bit more. And I'm adding pre-diluted, so I don't need to worry about adding water and all that. That's a little over the line, so I'm going to stop there, and then we can get the car started. So that wraps up the coolant issue. After chasing the leak, it came down to a bent hose clamp at the upper radiator hose. I replaced the clamp and went ahead and replaced the hose too. Everything's back together, the car's warmed up, and there's no signs of leaking. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more fixes like this. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.